Hello, it's Camila Rose and welcome back to my channel. We are working on our 2024 readings and predictions for all of the signs. So, hi Aquarius. We never really get to chat too much, Aquarius, because you're not in my usual rotation, but I'm happy to be doing your 2024 reading. If you would like to be added to the rotation of regular readings that I give on my channel, just go ahead and comment down below and let me know, and I'm happy to do so. Let's see what we're going to start with a general card. We're looking at the major arcana. We're getting a card for the year for everybody, just to see like what are the vibes for the year, what are we looking at, and what's coming up for Aquarius. Ooh, the devil card. All right. You might be dealing with some temptation this year. You might be looking at figuring out how to detach from some unhealthy attachments. You may be looking to see how you find a healthier way of living your life. You might be looking for a little bit more structure and stability. So let's see what comes up in your reading. We're going to look at each quarter and see what the vibes are. Okay. Ooh, I love this. All right, we're starting off at the beginning with the Ten of Cups, clarified by the Strength card. So your first quarter is looking great so far. So far, so good. First quarter is looking delightful. Seems like you are doing pretty well. Things are going pretty well at home. Things are going pretty well in your love life. Things are going pretty well just overall. You're following your instincts. You're trusting the path ahead of you. You're getting in touch with what your inner desires are. You're really balancing out those inner and external needs. High Priestess. You're really in your power and you're really in your bag this first quarter. Fantastic. And the moon. All right, you're doing a lot of shadow work. You may be doing a lot of shadow work in this first quarter. The Strength card is also the Leo card, and Leo is your opposing sign. There was a Venus retrograde in the sign of Leo in this second quarter, or in this first quarter of 2024. We have a lot of things going on in the sign of Aquarius. I believe Pluto enters Aquarius, so like, when we're talking about shaking things up, we're talking about shaking things up. Major changes, major transformations, it's just a lot. But we also have in February, when we get this High Priestess card, we have a conjunction between Mars and Venus in the sign of Aquarius. I think it's in like 7 degrees Aquarius or something like that. And that's February 21st through the 23rd. And then on February 24th, we have either a full moon or a new moon. I don't quite remember which one, but there's a lot happening in Aquarius in the very beginning of 2024. So for you, although you are in a pretty good space is what it looks like, especially emotionally, you may start to feel the rumblings internally. You may start asking questions, wanting to go deeper and underneath the surface. And you may start to have this desire for a change, for a shift, for something to just kind of, I don't know, get a little different, get a little quirky, right? With the moon card, that's always for me the shadow work card, but it's also about secrets. It's about maybe the unknown. It's about things coming to light. It's about starting to go beneath the surface and really to get into those like deep unconscious desires. So that's what your first quarter is looking like. Let's see what the second one brings for us for our Aquarius. Aquarius second quarter. All right, your main card is the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, there's a new cycle starting. That's that Pluto energy. That's that you going within and seeing like what's underneath the surface. What's your next role, your next step, your next evolution. Ooh, wow. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So, right. I think this internal review, going within and really like tapping into your unconscious brings some things up for you. We do get a new cycle starting. You want to move forward. You want to get out of this space. Although you were quite happy there. Obviously, well, you know what? Let me pull. Let's go back for just a second. And let's pull a card for the moon and the High Priestess. Like what's coming up under there? What did you find? Oh, you have a decision to make. Well, that's not revolutionary. What is the decision about? The Emperor. All right, so what you find in this internal work that you start doing during the first quarter is that you have a choice to make. Your desire to go somewhere different and to kind of, I guess, grow, find a little bit more happiness, is related to, there may be some overpowering force in your life. We have an Emperor card. This could be someone who is very stubborn, very strict. They love to follow the rules. They like systems. They like organization. They're an emperor. They understand that they have to keep the empire going. So they are just not the most lenient, not the most open-minded, not the most trying to, explore and do new things and think outside the box. No, they want order, they want systems. And so, like, you're maybe wrestling a little bit between, while you do have this happiness with this 10 of Cups, you have the structure and the stability, it seems like you might be wrestling with your instincts wanting to pull you towards something more exploratory, something that is just different. You're just looking for a little bit more flexibility. You're looking for a little bit more adventure. You're looking to expand and explore, and that just might not be something that's happening in your current life in that beginning of the year, those first 3 months of the year. So then we get this new cycle starting, right? This 10, this Wheel of Fortune. It starts with, and it seems like perhaps that maybe this situation between, High Priestess and the Emperor was not a healthy situation, especially mentally for you. It seems like it was really taxing. It seems like it was taking a lot of your mental energy, because we have a 6 of Swords here. 6 of Swords is leaving an unhappy health situation and moving into a happier one, moving towards the light, and it's happening mentally. So your mental health was not that great that first quarter. Although on the outside, everything was kind of looking great. Relationships were looking good. All that stuff was looking great. Internally, there was a lot of internal conflict going on, and your mind was just not in the best spaces. And you're like, I got to get out of there. This situation with the Emperor was not healthy, and you're choosing to move away from it, from this. So whether the Emperor is a person or it is a literal system, you're like, I have to move out of this space. And you're moving out of this space because you want to be happier. 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is a little... I've heard that people don't like the 9 of Cups sometimes because it's more of a very superficial happiness. It's literally just like material happiness. Like you're just having a good time and partying, or like, staying at home and reading, whatever happiness looks like for you. But it's not like that, like deep down, I don't know, the world is happy or something like that. It's just more like, I'm having a good time happiness, But if you've been experiencing a lot of mental turmoil, finding a space where you can have joy is revolutionary. It is a step in the right direction. So like, don't blame yourself for anything like that. We have a 5 of Swords here in reverse. That's indicating that there was a lot of like, I do see the inner turmoil, but there was also external turmoil. You might have spent a good part of that first quarter not only doing that internal work, but trying to have conversations with these people that are in your life, the people that are in this 10 of Cups with you. And they may not have understood your desire for something more, because of the fact that things seem to be going so well, because people are happy, because everybody's in a good space, they might not have understood where your inner turmoil was coming from, and why you would want change and a difference to happen, especially if they thrive off of structure and stability and you need something more. So we're seeing here that like there's just a shift, especially a mental shift, especially like in your conversations, a shift needs to happen that is happening. It's happening in this second quarter. And your last card was the Sun card. And I love that Sun card came out, because the Sun card is saying that like you're getting the recognition that you deserve. You're getting more of the understanding that you deserve. You're getting seen for who you are, and not needing to hide perhaps behind shadows or hide those parts of yourself that were dissatisfied, that were unhappy, that were struggling mentally. Like you're letting more of the truth of who you are come out and finding happiness in that. Let's see what your third quarter is about. Okay. All right. So third quarter, we have a Two of Wands as your main card. We have a Page of Cups, clarifying. We get a Five of Wands. And then we get a Queen of Wands. So you definitely were wanting to move around. You were definitely seeking a little bit more excitement, but not just excitement, like your soul was unfulfilled. Your spirit was unfulfilled. You were not able to express yourself as creatively as you would like to. And you might have found quite a bit of success. Like I was saying, Ten of Cups, quite a bit of success and happiness on the surface. But with the thing I like the most about this Two of Wands, when I look at it now, is that we see this individual who's like, okay, like they've grabbed the wand, we go from progression. They have had this new, exciting, life-giving energy spring up within them. Their fire has been lit, and they've grabbed this wand, and they're moving out, and they've done pretty well for themselves. And then they're looking out, and they're holding the world in their hand, and they're like, dang, what next? It is an energy of, seeking more, and seeking is a really good word for it. It's an energy of seeking. It's an energy of like, okay, I have all of this available for me. I've done all these things, but like, where do I go from here? And that's the decision. That's the energy. That's the pull for the Two Wands that you're making. It's like, okay, like, and in this one, we can see we have a shorter staff over here. We have a longer staff in their hand. It's like, okay, do I keep pouring into this new exciting thing? Do I maybe explore something different? Like, which one is going to be more satisfying for me? Which one is going to take me where I want to go and get me out of this space? We have a Page of Cups that's saying, follow your heart. Take the creative route. Take the one that's, maybe a little bit more spiritual in nature, a little bit more unknown in nature. But they're showing that there's some conflict that's coming from this change that you're seeking, this change that you're doing and actively pursuing is causing a little bit of conflict. There may also be some competition in this area, perhaps that you're going for a job, or you're going for a move, or something where like other people are also wanting to do this. They're also in this field. So there's some friendly competition. It's a little exciting for you. It's not necessarily a negative energy, but there's tension there about these changes that you're making in the direction that you're going in. But you're coming out on top. You're getting the Queen of Wands as your last card. You're very secure in what you're doing. And that's a security that I think you've been missing out on. That is that getting in touch with that internal fire. And I talk about internal fire a lot. I think for a lot of people, when they get to that stagnation, they lose that momentum, they lose that like urge and that thrill of life. It's a loss of their internal fire. It's that fire energy that kind of needs to be woken up. For many people, I say they need to tap into their Mars. I do agree with that. You need to tap into wherever your Mars sign is in your chart to find out where that fire, how to feed that fire, what works best for you in that nature. But also, your opposing sign is Leo, Aquarius. So although, yes, you're very cerebral, you're very in your head, you're very intellectual, you're very smart, you're very, you think really big, you think outside of the box, you're able to have a vision for a new world and how we could get there, and like be very exploratory, Afrofuturism, sci-fi and fantasy, but not in the sense of something that's not achievable in the material world, but you're able to actually take these big thoughts and dreams and make them into reality. You also have that opposing, like that pull when you're struggling mentally with maybe some of these big concepts or these big changes or this new vision you have for the world. Dip into the skills and the assets of Leo, of showing up, of the performance of life, of the joy that you can get from helping and assisting others, being brave, having courage. That's the Leo way that can help you to kind of, when you get in stuck or you feel a little stagnant, to build up that fire within you. Okay. So this Queen of Wands is definitely saying, like, step into that Leo energy of your opposing sign and tap into some of their courage, tap into some of their audacity to say that, like, hey, no, like, as the Sun card is showing up for you, like, I'm in charge here. I'm making the decisions. And even if you're not in charge of whatever it is that you're working towards or working on. You're in charge of your life. You're in charge of you, stepping back into that position of power and really like being confident about what moves you're making and about where you're going. Okay. All right. Let's get into your fourth quarter. Let's see what's coming up for you. Fourth quarter. You may do some traveling. So traveling may be on the cards for you for the third quarter. You need to get out of the house. You need to see something different. You need to do something different. So that's that July, August, September, and October. Yeah, you have a lot of options available to you. Yeah, that's that stuck energy. So like you're making these moves, you're feeling much more confident, and I think that it actually opens up more doors for you. Yes, wonderful. I think it opens up more doors for you, and I think you realize like how many of your dreams, no matter how far fetched they may seem, how many of your dreams are available to you. So you got a Seven of Cups as your main card. So Seven of Cups is dreams, it's fantasies, it's things that are like your heart might want, that might feed your soul, that you need to make a choice around, like, okay, which one of these do I choose? The thing is that like with Seven of Cups, you have to make a choice because they're just fantasies. They're just clouds. They're just cups up in the sky until you actually choose one or several and like pull them down and make them into reality. And so you're in this space of seeing that like when I step into my power, when I speak from truth, when I tap into that Leo energy of my opposing sign and like let myself speak confidently and assuredly, it actually opens up more doors. I actually get more options. And this stagnation that I've been feeling of feeling like I wasn't able to mentally escape this box is starting to move. It's starting to open up. But then we do have like your very next card. You get a Seven of Cups, and then we get the Hangman, which is saying that you need to change your perspective on things. You need to maybe slow down a little bit because you are feeling that stagnation. Like it's kind of like a push and pull play between this. Between wanting more, wanting to explore, wanting to expand your life, wanting to seek more happiness and excitement. And then like when those options start to come up for you, being like, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. I don't know what choice to make. I don't know what direction to go in. Like analysis paralysis, right? And so it's saying like it's time to change your perspective towards things. We get a King of Swords in reverse here. You're definitely like not necessarily feeling the most confident and assured in your moves and in your thoughts and in like knowing that you're making the right choices and you're heading in the right direction. I think you do need to slow down though, because you're in a space where like you're definitely manifesting things. Like you move from the fantasies, the Seven of Cups, to the Eight of Wands, which is taking those fantasies and making them into reality. And there needs to be some slowing down there. There needs to be you being really intentional and thoughtful in how you're going about things. And perhaps this King of Swords in reverse is saying that instead of you going your usual, let me not say that. Perhaps it's not your usual route. Instead of you taking your stereotypical route of when you get overwhelmed, becoming very cold, very analytical, just going with whatever makes the most sense. You know, I hear people say things like, oh, well, Aquarius can be a very robotic sign. You know, where's their emotional capacity? Where's their emotional connection? Blah, 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 blah. It's all there. You're human. It's there, you know, so instead of taking your stereotypical route of going highly analytical, highly logical, highly practical, you know, and shutting down those emotions because it feels overwhelming to have so many different choices, keep that space open. Be brave, tap into that fire and keep that space open and say, okay, no, I need to be in touch with my feelings. I need to be in touch with like what's going to make me happy emotionally, not just mentally, not just satisfy my mind, but satisfy my heart as well. And I'm going to chase those things. I'm going to bring those cups down from the sky and make them real. All right. So that's your fourth quarter. And let's see what your outcome is. Oh, yay. Love that. Okay. Okay. Ace of Swords. All right. Yes. It worked. I'm so happy. Okay. It worked. So remember I talked about that Hangman. Hangman is all about you need to change your perspective towards things. Well, you get an Ace of Swords, and an Ace of Swords is, sorry, I'm moving the mic around. The Ace of Swords is a new thought. It's a new perspective. It works. Taking this time, keeping your heart open, taking a chance, bringing your dreams and making them into reality works. It gives you that light you need. It gives you that new space mentally. It gets you out of this unhealthy headspace you were in at the beginning of the year. It brings you a lot more stability to your life, not just happiness for yourself, but for you and those around you, a lot more joy. There is maybe a little imbalance, a little bit of an power imbalance that still exists. Either you're still maybe overgiving a bit, or you may be needing to ask for more help than what you're used to. And we also find that, and perhaps because of this little bit of imbalance that's going on and you moving into this new space mentally, you're going to be taking some time to yourself towards the end of the year. You get the Hermit card. The Hermit is going into isolation in order to be able to bring back some wisdom to the world. There is something new that you are creating, and it may be around something that could bring long-term stability and joy to your community, or at least to your family and the people that are closest to you, and can create more balance and resolve some of this imbalance, these power imbalances that we're experiencing. You may, though, need to ask for help in order to be able to get to this space. King of Cups as a clarifier. You're definitely moving from this space where you might have been usually more in this King of Swords. Like, you're bringing about the wisdom of the importance of tapping into your heart and into your emotions, of utilizing that in order to be able to connect to the people around you, to find joy and to find balance in your life and in other people's life. Like, that is if we're looking at this Devil card, which is looking at unhealthy attachments, but it's also looking at just our overall attachments, how it is that we operate our life, how it is that we find our independence. It seems that like your past story, your past cycle of finding independence was surrounded by kind of pushing down your needs, pushing down your desires, going the highly logical route and maintaining the happiness of others around you, and not finding a way to be able to balance and be in touch with your own emotions. And this year you're going through a journey of getting back in touch with your heart and how important that is, because it's a similar story to what I talked about with the Capricorns, about how important it is that like you cannot sacrifice your own happiness and joy and think that that makes your community, family, and the world happy and joyful, because you're a part of that. And like when you recognize that, like when you're thinking on these large scales, when you're looking at society, when you're looking at culture, when you're looking at family, when you're looking at partnership, and you're like, if I can keep them happy, if I can keep this unit happy, it doesn't matter if I'm happy. You're discounting the fact that like you're a part of this. And until you're happy in this unit, in this partnership, in this community and society, the society and the community and the unit is not actually happy. It is a lie that you're telling yourself to excuse disregarding you. And so that is like the path that you're on, is getting back to understanding that like your heart, your feelings, your emotions are just as important as everyone else's around you. And that is how you actually create this stability, create the 10 of Cups. Like that's how you actually get there. All right. So that's it for your overall reading. Let's tap into your winged enchantment. Everybody gets a little birdie card. So let's figure out which little birdie card that our Aquariuses get. What insights do our birds have for you? I've been loving pulling these winged enchantment oracle cards because they have been very on point for every sign. So I'm excited to see what insights they have for you. Ooh, well, apparently they have a lot to say. So buckle up because we're going to be reading for a minute. Okay, so we got the 10, the 1, and the 13. 10 is the eagle, the blackbird, and the goose. All right, the birds have a lot they would like to talk to you about. Let's see what they have to say. So the eagle. I'm the eagle. the thread that binds you to spirit. I am the great sky dancer. I am your ascension made manifest. I am power in flight. I am the one who soars highest on the least amount of effort. I am faith in that which carries me. You have been called to evolve, and I am your guide. Your soul demands growth, and I am your nourishment. I am your signal to climb higher, push harder, and then let go. Allow the final push, and then float freely on the changes that are coming. Do not attempt to steer the progress. You may have become too rigid in your spirituality, clinging to dogma to hamper inner flight. Enlightenment will not come from books or classes. It is a lifetime journey. You may not know when the next thermal is coming to lift your wings, but have faith and make the leap anyway. Break the chains, learn to soar, get outside of your head and fly. You are gaining altitude. You are reaching the sky. You are limitless. You are eagle. All right. That's a great one. We love that. Let's see what number 1. You're the only one who's gotten the Blackbird. You're the only one who's gotten the 1 card. Oh, I am Blackbird, the enchantress of the soul. I am melodic and hypnotic. I am the transporter of the mind from one state to the other. I am a bringer of omens. I will entrance you with my song and open the portals of spirit. I break through boundaries and remove whatever separates you from eternity. If you have strayed into my woods, something enchanting is afoot. Mystery has tempted you. The magical realms have seduced you. I can align you with the earth and the energy that encircles it. You are hearing the whispers of the ancients and the calls of the deep woods. Look beyond everything and see the layers. Listen carefully, be alert, let go, and embrace the experience. You are captivating, you are limitless, you are ethereal, you are Blackbird. All right, and then the goose. I think someone has gotten the goose. I think we've had the goose for some others. All right. I'm Goose, the guardian of the journey. I'm the soul who travels. I'm the quest within. I'm the greatest story ever told. You have been avoiding the unknown roads ahead in favor of the old and familiar. Those attachments, those chains. Every great tale starts here. Every hero heeds a call. I may inspire a road trip. That's that 3rd quarter. I'm telling you. So I was like, you might travel. You might get out. You might have to get out and about in the world. 3rd quarter. Every hero heeds a call. I may inspire a road trip or open your eyes to those wide open spaces on the other side of the fence. Rest assured that no matter where I lead you, you will never return home the same. I stir the heart and make it restless. I push you from comfort and wake up your senses. You will traverse those far-off places as I lead your spirit onward. You are the quest. You are searching for the new. You are the adventurous hero. You are Goose. Aquarius, is a big year for you coming up. And nothing bad. And I always like to highlight, it's not negative, it's growth. And so it's going to open up a lot of doors for you, and you're going to be a very different person. But take the journey. Be brave. Be brave. Take courage. You'll be fine. You'll be a whole new person. So, hey, even better. All right. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Comment down below about, maybe where do you want to travel in 2024? Where do you want to go to open up your mind? And I will see y'all later. Your next reading will be your couples and singles reading, love and money. So we'll take a look at what's going on with you love-wise, and then we'll take a look at what your money story will be for 2024. That video will come up probably a couple of minutes or a couple of hours. I don't know what the schedule will look like that day after this video airs. So I'll see y'all later. Bye.